again, staying with the same space, top government sources are telling us here at CNN News 18 that this big expose by our network CNN News 18 that now even the administration is realizing that there is enough credible information and evidence as far as this video of Hardeep Nijjar is concerned, where it is now becoming amply clear that he in fact was running terror training camps on Canadian soil. We will not shy to say he was running camps in the shelter of the Canadian government. Top government sources also now telling us that now is the time for Justin Trudeau and his administration to come absolutely clean as far as these charges is concerned. As I pointed out a short while ago, that these allegations that have been made by Canada is mounting pressure on the Justin Trudeau government, not just from global voices, but domestically as well, to put the evidence against India. But first, let's understand what top government sources are telling us here at CNN News 18. We have our colleague Abhishek now joining us on the broadcast. Abhishek, this video that we put out in 2017 is now resonating once again. What are top government sources telling you in terms of the proof that is there for everyone to see?
Of course, we have been exposing the fact that Hardeep Singh Nijjar was a dreaded terrorist, a Khalistan supporter who has been trying to spearhead the whole anti-Indian narrative and create, recruit people against India. And there have been instances also when he was involved in criminal activities in Punjab also and other parts of the world also. He was a close associate of Seek for Justice, Seek and other Babbar Khalsa group also in Canada, and these are not the information that the Indian agencies have had with them. In fact, in 2018, when Justin Trudeau had visited India, that was 1 week visit of Justin Trudeau, he also happened to visit Punjab, and during that visit he had a meeting with then Punjab Chief Minister Hardeep Singh also, who had given him some list of people who have been involved in anti-India activities in Canada, and Hardeep Singh Nijjar's name was also in that list. So, Indian agencies had long been telling Canadian government about Nijjar's role, his criminal background, his ill intention, his terrorist approach against India, and something that is going clearly against India's sovereignty and integrity. So, in that context, the Canadian government has never paid enough heed to Indian concerns and security threat that Hardeep Singh Nijjar was posing to Indian diplomats back in Canada also. But now, when Hardeep Singh Nijjar has been killed, investigation are still on. There has not been any established linkages that Justin Trudeau could produce to the public or the opposition leader in his own country or to other allied nations in including US, UK, and Canada. Still, Justin Trudeau has the audacity to allege Indian agencies' role in killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who already was a dreaded terrorist, and red corner notice was against him pending.
So Abhishek, the question is now clear. At a time when you have the Justin Trudeau government making these extremely serious and false allegations against India, they have questions. One, what is the kind of evidence and proof that they have? But the larger question also is, when a video like this is now put out in the public domain, something that we've put out in the past as well, will we see Justin Trudeau act with the same kind of swiftness and seriousness again as to what was happening under the Canadian government on Canadian soil?
We can explain Ridhima in two factors. First, there have been instances of Pakistan people from Pakistan who have been living in Canada, who had gone against their respective government, and apparently the Pakistani agencies have been able to neutralize them. Karima Baloch, for example, whose body was found in Canada, there was clear evidence that her family also alleged that Pakistani agencies and their spies have been behind the killing of Karima Baloch, who have been criticizing Pakistani government. Then, secondly, there has been enough evidences that Chinese government has been meddling with the Canada's internal domestic affairs. There have been instances where Canadian people have been arrested in China, and there have been ample evidences where espionage from the Chinese side have been established by the Canadian government itself on Canadian soil. But Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has not been very vocal about it because clearly that does not serve him domestically, the politically, or the strict population that he's trying to cater to his, tirade or his propaganda or misinformation. But why he is very vocal and very supportive to the cause of Khalistan, sort of, because there is a large diaspora base that lives in Canada, and he's trying to create a sympathy among those states who may not be all of them part of this Khalistani propaganda, but a
Yeah.
very limited number of them do believe in this Khalistan propaganda. But he's trying to create a larger vote bank politics to sustain his government, which is due to face election in 2025. And there is a lot of economic issues that is going totally out of hand of
Yeah.
this government, and he's having criticism all from all corners.
Abhishek, we'll just request you to stay on with us. And as you rightly pointed out, the larger question today for the Justin Trudeau administration is this posturing for vote bank politics gone completely wrong? We'll go back to Abhishek in just a bit, but let's break down some key details as well. One is, why are we seeing a soft stand by Canada as far as these extremist elements are concerned? And secondly, is there a larger nexus at play in terms of the funding that is being provided to these groups? So let's break down these details, and this is a CNN News 18 mega exclusive in terms of what is the nexus between Pakistan and Canada as far as the running of these extremist elements are concerned. There is, and this is what we're picking up by the means of what intel sources are telling us here at CNN News 18, that there is massive funding as far as the ISI is concerned, all of this being pushed in Canada. The other aspect that we're also picking up is that many of these key leaders who are seen very prominently in Canada, in fact, are getting direct, regular funding as far as the ISI is concerned. What we're also now picking up is that many of these Khalistan leaders are in fact taking money from students in the name of immigration as well, making it impossible for them to in fact come back. Because another aspect that you need to remember is a lot of these young students have massive loans against their names as well. K leaders using funding for anti-India propaganda, something that we've spoken time and again as far as this narrative is concerned. K groups using foreign students for propaganda, exactly what I pointed out a short while ago. All Canadians not supporting the Khalistani groups. And as I pointed, and this is important to understand, that if Justin Trudeau was expecting a complete 100% support on domestic soil, that in fact hasn't happened. It's not just the global voices that are now questioning these allegations that have been made by Justin Trudeau, but even domestically, as far as the opposition is concerned, there is a lot of pressure that is being mounted on the Trudeau government to bring forth a lot of evidence and proof when these allegations against India are being made. And now with this video that we in fact put out in 2017, the proof in fact is out in the open for all to see. As far as this nexus between Pakistan is concerned, let's give you some more details. The farmers' protest in the national capital was also fueled by Pakistan and the Canadian government. But what is interesting is, after that retaliatory move that we saw by India yesterday, where we expelled a Canadian diplomat, somehow we're seeing a softening of stand as far as the Trudeau government is concerned. Let's bring you some other examples of where we've seen meddling by Pakistan and Canada. Red Fort flag incident was also planned by people from Canada. So how much more evidence is now needed to show that the Trudeau government, the Canadian administration, all knows what has been happening on Canadian soil, but has failed to take strict action?